Hi guys, good evening. Sia this side. So, okay. So our today's guest is Mr. Bipin Paul, who is the upcoming Microsoft SDE at Microsoft. So let's welcome him.
Hello.
Hi Bipin.
Yeah, hi. How are you?
I'm all good. What about you? How's life going in lockdown?
Yeah, it's going well, quite well, locked inside my room. Yeah.
Yeah, I've already given a little bit introduction about yourself. Please introduce
Okay.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, currently I'm a software engineer in Robert Bosch, and mainly I develop desktop application and backend applications there. So, yep, recently I have Microsoft interviewed me for the SDE role, and I got the job. Yep,
Great. So how did you get to know about the job opening?
it's through LinkedIn. I got the job description in LinkedIn. I applied there, and then a recruiter called me.
Bipin, I think there's some network issue at your side.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah. Now I'm able to hear you.
Hello.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
So last
Okay.
question. Have you heard the answer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Please carry on.
Okay. Okay. So I saw the job description there in LinkedIn, and then there I applied there in LinkedIn, and then a recruiter called me and mailed me. There I replied.
Okay, great. So, like, about your experience, how many years of experience you currently have?
I have 3.5 years of experience here now. That's
Okay,
why I got the experienced SD position, not the beginner one.
great. So, like, in the Microsoft interview process, how many rounds were there in the interview, and how long did the interview rounds last?
So there will be total three technical interviews and one director round. So depending on the process, actually they vary. There will be three technical or four technical. For me, it was three technical rounds, and this whole process will last for at least 20 days, 3 weeks kind of. So after 3 weeks, you'll get to know the result. But if the first two rounds were the selection round, where the back-to-back interview will happen, and then it'll be decided. They will decide hire or no hire. If you are passed, then you will proceed for third and fourth round.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
So, can you just briefly describe each round that you interviewed?
yeah. First two rounds are already told. It's selection round. So first coding, they will start with coding, and the coding will be in online IDE. You have to. They will give then and there the question, and you need to solve there. After the coding is done, they will ask you question based on your code, that how you have done or what is the time complexity there. After that, little behavior questions they will ask. So first two rounds are there, conducted by directly from Washington, Redmond, the center one,
Okay.
and it was kind of a basic one that everybody should pass that one. And after that, when
Okay.
you pass that, the third round, they will ask you some specific question on your how what is your experience, and they will ask something there, and then they will deep down into some system design. They might, if you are experienced. Yeah. So this third round or fourth round, if they are doing for you, then this two will be very tough actually, not like
Okay.
first and second round. So if you qualify these two rounds, then director round will happen. Mostly they will not they will not ask any technical question, rather behavioral questions.
Okay, great. So, like, for the resume, did you add anything extra to your resume to get some extra brownie points?
Um, Yes, actually, there is no nothing rule that you add that or something, but you need to keep in mind that your resume should be very crisp. That what they want. Like for me, they wanted the back-end development and other thing algorithms. So I highlighted in my resume that okay, I have worked on
Okay.
back-end and algorithms, everything. So that's how they have selected and try to make your CV as small as possible and
Okay.
try to add some keywords because the first screening they might do something algorithmic one that which CV should one recruiter choose. They might run some algorithm. So use your keywords.
Okay. So actually, people usually say no, so to use some suitable colors or to use some formatting for the resume. Did you do any of that?
Keep it very light and simple. Like for me, I don't know it will work or not, but I have kept my CV like white and light blue. That's very decent, not very colorful. Don't make everything colorful like that, but very decent with a single blue background or something. That will work, I believe.
Okay. Okay. So according to you, when should one start preparing for the interview? Like share your strategic plan.
Okay, so I guess if you know much of the things for the job description you are applying for, then uh, before 3 months, 3 months you need to prepare for Microsoft or something because you need to go through the algorithms and everything there. You need to recall what you have learned in school and all those things. So 3 months is fine. First,
Okay.
all the companies like Microsoft and others big five companies, they need some algorithmic background. So you need to do some coding. You can do coding in HackerRank or Lead Code somewhere else. You should have that coding thing completely understood, like all the concepts, because they can ask anything from that. Like
Okay.
you should know the time complexity, how to derive that, all those things also they might ask.
Okay, great. So, like, what all things from your past experience helped you in tracking the interview?
Yes, there are much kind of things like how you implemented many of the features and all because they will ask like what you have done like if there are something and it will come in behavioral questions. Okay, some of the behavioral questions will ask you what have you faced with some client or something, what are your very weak point or something, what problem you faced in your previous kind of product, what you are developing, you were developing there. So that time past experience will come, yeah, how you have managed, and that will be genuine obviously because you have faced that kind of problems and you have
Yes,
did
yes.
something. So yes, past experience like that you can do, you can't make your experience like that, but you should recall what you have done. That's the first point I think that you need to recall what you have done to answer the behavioral questions because yep, they will ask them.
Okay, great. So, according to you, what to keep in mind while opting for internships?
Yes, so if you're opting for an internship, just go through what you are applying for, like your resume or something should match with them, right?
Okay.
So yes, that's the way.
Okay, so now I will be just sharing some of the comments, whichever you wish to answer. Here, these comments are flashing, so just let me know whichever comment you wish to answer. Yeah, we have some insightful queries. Okay,
Okay, how many pages resumes need to be? Two. I guess 2 pages are nice.
okay, we are waiting for some insightful queries.
Mhm. How hard is it to clear online test? Okay, this OT online test, like they will not conduct always the online test, especially if you are experienced one. They will not have this general assessment test. They will directly
Okay.
they will directly give you the online ID in front of them. Yeah, then you
Okay.
need to put how to handle HR questions. Somebody asked how to handle HR
Yeah,
questions. Okay,
because many times.
yes, very strong
Yeah.
technical but not in
Yeah.
soft skill. Yeah, just now I told how I handled there. They asked in every round. They asked HR questions. I don't know. They call it behavioral question. So, but the main thing they asked is how you faced some of your problems there in your like your experience, right? Then you have faced many things, right? How you have faced that, what you have done. That thing before the interview you need to work on, like what are the things what I achieved there, what I did good. Write them down in a note. I have written some of the things before the interview, so write them down. Okay, these are my good things I have done, these are my bad things that I handled. These are the stories you write. And whenever they will ask question, they can ask any kind of question, like okay, this happened, so what you'll do. Give me a scenario that you have tackled like that. So you can come up with that. Okay, I have faced some kind of this. So I'll tell that okay, I have faced this and I have did this. Follow the star method to tell the story. First, just give the scenario what it was, and then just tell technical. I forgot the star method completely, but actually you have to first give the scenario and then task what you have done, and then actions what you have done after getting the task, and then result what happened, who was impressed, who are you I mean what happened, what the result, client was impressed or not, kind of this. So you just research through them how to handle behavioral question. There are very nice topics there in internet.
Okay. Okay. So, did you like had a specific take on soft skills or something like that?
No, nothing like specific text, but I just noted down what are the good things I have done, what are the bad things I have done, and I have rehearsal like what to do if somebody asked me this, somebody asked me that, some good question.
Okay.
That's all.
Just
That
being honest. Yeah.
just being honest.
That's.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Here we have
Can you
Imran.
tell me how many problems you were solving? Fine. Okay. If you're solving from lead code or any other thing, okay, just daily. It doesn't matter daily how many you're solving, but daily at least one concept you learn, then that's enough, I guess. Daily one concept, and you'll be genius after that. Yeah.
Okay.
What type of questions we'll get in the managerial round as well? Backend. Okay. Managerial round, they will not ask many technical question. Okay, they'll mainly ask the behavioral question, but they will ask the system design thing. They asked they asked me something like system design questions, design YouTube, these things. So you can go through that. And where you prepare data structures and algorithms. Okay, look, mainly I have followed lead code and a hacker rank. There I cleared my things, and before going to that, you need to clear your concept first. I followed Geeks things there to read out all the concepts. Then, because whenever I am doing the lead code challenges, I might find okay, I don't know this concept. I just go through the internet things, and Geeks has written superbly there all the concepts there. So I read
Great.
there. Yep.
Okay.
How is the internet? Data structures are needed to be go through or not? you you should have a basic, I can say, is very good knowledge of data structure, obviously, if you're applying for big companies, because big companies will not see your technical thing like have do you know Node.js, what to do with Node.js, how to all these things will not, how many libraries are there in Python. No, they will not ask that questions. They'll How's the interview process in established company? Okay, how's the interview process in this company versus startup? I have very little knowledge like how startup interview done, but I know some. Yeah, startup companies will mainly ask the technological questions like what you have worked on, how many things you have worked on. Like skill sets are full with jargons, then startup companies will take you. But you have the core knowledge like algorithms or something, yeah, data structure, yeah, then the established companies will take you because you need to work mainly those things there. PHP is good or bad for backend nowadays? I don't know, I have not coded in PHP. Do we need to practice coding question for 5 plus experience? Look, if you are applying for development roles, you need to do. So after 5 years you might switch to some managerial role or technical role. Even though you are applying for architectural role or something, you need to do this. You need to know at least. I don't know. You need to know all the algorithms and everything. Python is good or back? Good for backend development. Yes, Python is good actually. Mathematical logical question are asked you. Yes. Regarding time complexity, they asked some mathematical things to form. They asked for the exact time complexity, what your code will take, and then they asked, okay, give me the exact step of numbers deriving from your time complexity. There's this much time that your program will take. So that needed a very thorough knowledge of time complexity.
Okay.
Okay, I chose C sharp for my backend. I did all the things in C sharp there.
Any other insightful query you wish to answer?
Yeah, somebody asked, is it fine to learn data structure with JavaScript? JavaScript is very famous language. You can learn that one. There's no problem with that. Even you can choose JavaScript as your programming language while solving. No problem. Still, there is an internship specific questions. I don't know recent Microsoft internships. Okay. Which language is good according to you? Is a very tricky question. Look, uh, I have thoroughly coded in Python and C Sharp only. So both of the languages are good. Even Java is also good. And for front end, I have used JavaScript also. So I think all of them are good. It depends on what you are doing. Will they ask system design questions for 2 years experience? That that depends which position you're applying. System design question, they ask if you're applying for experienced position. Otherwise, no. System design, they don't usually ask. Competitive coding requiring placement nowadays, yes, it's needed, but not like you have to win everything or something. But if you know the knowledge, then it's fine. C sharp, I use C sharp. Everyone tell Python is slow. What is your opinion? It depends. Python is a scripting language, and it really depends. And you can just compile your C sharp code and then run separately. That's why C sharp becomes a little bit faster than that, and then C becomes the most fastest thing. But that doesn't mean that you will use C, right?
Yes.
Python provides other things, other good things which others can't provide. Yeah. How to
Okay,
clear
so
online?
the
Yeah. How to clear online assessment? Yeah, I told you, you just go through the lead code and all the things, programming, and just have 3 months of time to prepare. You can do.
So I think most of the queries have been answered. You guys just skip backwards and you will find all these queries already answered in our previous video. So if you wish to answer some more, Bipin, I can still continue, but the time is already up. But only if you wish to answer some more queries, as there have been so many insightful queries coming for you.
Yeah, many of them are hovering. You can see even.
Yeah.
What is the difficulty level of questions in interview? Is it very hard, like complicated dynamic programming? There were one dynamic programming. There was one. There was one dynamic programming, one from graph, and then what one was little bit tricky, not dynamic, not even graph, but that was tricky question. So dynamic was there, and difficulty level, I'll say medium, not too hard that you can do. Like lead code hard questions were not there, lead code medium questions were there.
Somebody just asked me to tell what to look into a resume. Tell me one thing what interview always sees on a resume. So Bipin, I think already has answered. Mainly the keywords, your strengths, your experience. This is what matters the most. So as I already told, most of the queries have been answered. Just skip the video backwards and you'll get your answers. Okay.
So somebody asked, lead code is enough for placement without any code shape or code forces? If I meant
I think
placement specifically,
yeah.
I guess any of the platform are fine. Whatever you like, actually, you need to know the concept. That's all. Okay, I think I've answered many of them.
Yeah. Already it's all questions are just getting repeated. Thank you so much for all your insightful queries, guys. I think we will be summing up this session now. So okay, thank you, Bipin, for being here and sharing your experience with us. It was pleasure having you on stream.
Thank you.
Okay, so with this guy we sum up this session. We hope that you got the answers to all your queries as we tried our best to sum up the most asked queries in this interview. Else, just keep up with us and we'll again and again make sure to help you out before your next tech interview. Apart from that, if you wish to have an interview experience or live mock with us, the links have been mentioned below. Thank you again. Have a great day. Stay safe. Get vaccinated. Bye.